Welcome back. Albany's Adam Grogin is the very best in the world at doing that. 2 months ago, the 34-year-old won the ISKA Breaking Championship in the lightweight division from Orlando, Florida. In front of a national television audience, he won the world title in the three-directional power wood competition by breaking 3 blocks of wood in just 3 seconds. Grogin teaches Taekwondo at his own business, Pilsung Martial Arts on Central Avenue. He also has a full-time job at Albany Medical Center, and he's got 5 kids at home, but he found time to join us in the studio tonight. Adam, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to talk about breaking boards. I want to see it. We're going to do a demonstration right here in the studio coming up in a few minutes. But first, how does somebody get in the board breaking business in the first place?
Well, you really need to start with martial arts first to have a good style of martial arts to learn. A lot of people, they see what we do, they get excited and want to try it, but without the martial art background, that's when it becomes dangerous and not safe. So if somebody wants to get into board breaking, I'd recommend that they get started in martial arts and make sure that the school or style that they choose is definitely one that advocates breaking, because not every style does breaking.
And you got involved, I'm guessing, at a young age in martial arts?
I started martial arts at the age of 6.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
And when did you start breaking boards?
I started breaking boards around 10 or 11 when I was that young.
Were you a destructive kid, like breaking stuff around the house?
No, I wasn't like that. It was introduced to me as part of our discipline, as part of our style, and I always enjoyed it. Even at a younger age, I found there was a great natural high when I was breaking the board successfully.
Yeah, it's one thing breaking boards. We're watching video right now of these cinder blocks.
Those are actually called patio blocks. Those are 8-inch by 16-inch by 2-inch thick patio blocks.
Now, are there different techniques that you use? Because I think in this one you use your forearm. Is that right?
Yep. This is my actual favorite technique for concrete, where I use my forearm. But we use everything. You know, we can use the bottom of our elbow here. We can use a palm. We can use a fist. We can use this part of your hand here. It's called your ridge hand. It's very difficult. And we can also do a lot of kicking with it too.
When I watch this, I'm scared. Like, I'm fearful for you before you do it. Are you nervous before a break like that?
To be honest with you, the only nerves I have are really of embarrassment of not completing it well or hitting a good number. I don't really have any fear of injury because I've trained myself well enough that I know that I'm going to be okay.
Have you hurt yourself before? Is it a dangerous sport?
It is dangerous if you don't know what you're doing and if you're not trained right. There's lots of people out there that are always getting injured. I see people that are getting injured because they're trying something too soon or too much or without the proper guidance. For me, I had a few minor injuries when I was younger, but knock on wood so far, I haven't had any major injuries because I have really good instructors that I've worked with over the years. I am really level-headed about what I try and just take baby steps.
You're a martial artist, you're a strong guy. I wouldn't mess with you on the streets, but you don't have to, it's not all about strength, I guess is what I'm saying. Is it more technique involved?
Yes, there's a lot of technique which becomes very monotonous and boring to practice, but it's about muscle memory. It's about lining your body and making sure that everything is in the right place so that you're using all of your asset of your body and not just your arm or your leg. Okay. And it's also mental. It's a lot of focus. There's this thing called ki that we say in Korean, and in Chinese it's called chi, and it's your inner energy that we believe in. And over years you learn to harness that, to build it, to make it stronger, and then use it for things like this where you're using your energy to break.
And we see more video of you breaking here, and you seem like you got to psych yourself up to it. Is that all about kind of find that right mental space?
Yes, it's all about the mental energy. A lot of people like to be angry, or they think that I need to get mad to break something, and I'm not an advocate for that because I feel like that's a negative emotion, and I don't want to use something negative to create something positive. Right. I believe in something I saw in a movie once, and I liked what it sounded, made sense to me, was that the ultimate power comes from a balance between rage and serenity. So I kind of liked that when I heard that, and I tried to really calm myself and find a different way to amp myself up, so to say, rather than using negative emotions.
So you walk that line between the rage and serenity. When did you first realize that not only am I good at this, I might have world championship ability?
Everything changed for me about 10 years ago. I always loved breaking. I was always pretty good at breaking. About 10 years ago, I met the guys that are the best breakers in the world, you know, up there on the stage with me. And they were my mentors, and they started training me and teaching me and taking me to a completely different level than I'd ever been. And a few years ago, I started focusing more and more on my goals. 2 years ago was my first time competing at the World Championships. I placed 4th my first year there, and I was very proud of that. And when I did that, I was like, that's it. I need to train harder, and I need to go for the win.
And when you did win your first World Championship, what did that feel like?
I don't know. I don't really have words to describe it. A lot of people ask me that, and I get a little bit tongue-tied when people want to talk to me about it because it was a surreal feeling. It's something I can't describe. It was an amazing feeling.
Where do you go from here? Do you have other goals? Are there other disciplines or types of breaks that you want to win championships in?
The particular event that I competed in, there's actually 4 events, and I won one of them, and I placed 4th in 2 other events. My goal is to next year hold up my title and then also try to get some more.
because this is a sport that I imagine is probably bigger in different places around the world, perhaps, than it is right here. Are you a celebrity in certain areas? Are you known because of this ability?
I don't know. I like to be pretty modest about that. I know a lot of people that aren't modest probably say they like to be modest. But I guess I get some good compliments. I guess that I have a presence about me when I do this. That might be what I talked a little bit about. That's a little less of just big, strong, hit the pile hard.
Right.
But I try to use my energy, and I think that appeals to people. So I've gotten some really nice compliments from people, and it makes it a lot of fun.
I want to break some stuff. I want to see it happen. We're going to do it right here in the studio. But first, let's take a look at your World Championship break on ESPN2 from earlier this summer. Thank you.
And this is Adam Grogin setting things up.
If you're watching the screens right now, the World Breaking Championship highlight package over there. Ladies and gentlemen, check out today's highlights from the Breaking Championship.
And Grogin with this final blow, it's good enough to get him the win. And Adam Grogin winning the Light Power 3D Power Wood. 18 of 21 broken.
I love watching that. A great moment seeing you win that World Championship. And now, after a quick costume change, we're ready to break some boards. And Adam, I'd be impressed if you broke like 3 or 4. You have a giant stack here. How many is this?
This is 10 boards. 10 boards today.
All right. There's no trophy I'm going to give you afterwards. Just
That's
so
okay.
you know.
That's okay.
What's your record?
My personal best is 14 right now.
Is there a World Championship for this discipline?
Right now, there's a record, and that record is actually 14 right now. I'm not official with it because I did it in a different event, so it doesn't count. So I'm actually looking to try to beat that this weekend. I'm going to Indiana, and I'm going to try to beat that.
Wow.
So 14 is the record. I've done it, but not on the books officially.
Okay, but this is going to be a nice little warm-up
this will be fun
for your event in Indiana. Okay, so really quick, walk us through the technique that you're going to be using.
I'm going to use my favorite technique with my hand. It's called a hammer fist. I make a fist with my hand. I'm using the bottom part right here. I'm just going to come up and come straight down on those boards.
Okay, and what is it to get yourself psyched up? What do you typically do?
I use a lot of deep breathing techniques that help me kind of access my key energy.
Okay.
And I really just zone out everything around me and get my focus just on the task at hand.
All right, well then we'll let you get focused. Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Wow, that was awesome.
Thank you very much.
I mean, my heart's pounding right now just watching you doing that. Were you nervous? I know you said you kind of zone everything out, but still.
Just the nerves of being on TV and not accomplishing it. But aside that, no.
You talked about kind of a rush before. Is that adrenaline kind of what fuels you in this?
Oh, absolutely. The natural high is just an amazing, amazing feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Against my better judgment, I want to try and break a board. Now, I have zero martial arts experience, training whatsoever. Is it a bad idea for me to try and do, like, one board?
If you weren't with an instructor, I wouldn't advise you to do it.
Yeah.
But being here now, I'm going to help make sure that you do it safely and the right way. And I think that you have a good chance of being able to do it.
I might regret this, but I'm fired up from your energy. Like, okay, let's do it. One board.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, like I said, I'm a newbie here, so from the very beginning, walk me through the basics. What do I need to do?
Okay, so what hand are you going to use first?
I'm a lefty, so I guess left.
Okay, so I want you to make the tightest fist you can possibly make.
Okay.
And you're going to be striking right with this muscle down there. So you want to squeeze it so that muscle right there is nice and tight.
Okay.
I want you to approach the stack here with your right leg in front, your left leg in the back. So let me see that.
Okay. So I kind of plant there, left leg back.
And you go a little farther forward there. Good.
Okay.
Now what you do is take your hand from on top of the board.
Yeah.
And I want you to reach it straight up in the air. And then just bring it down and measure. It's called measuring.
Okay.
Don't touch the board. And I want you to bend that back knee when you do that.
Okay, so I'm going to strike somewhere in the middle, right?
Right in the middle.
Okay, so I come up.
Yep, and then down.
And then down.
And bend your knee just like that. That's perfect.
Okay.
And you want to make sure that when you hit, your arm is nice and tight.
Yeah.
And that you're dropping that knee. You almost want to try to smash your knee on the ground, but don't really do that. But just go all the way down. And don't think of hitting the board. I want you to hit the floor underneath it.
Okay.
If you feel comfortable, give out a little yell or something. It's a lot of fun. We like yelling. But most importantly is when you're up, deep breath into the nose. When you come out, it's exhale or the yell. The yell is the exhale.
Okay.
Either one. So whenever you're ready, just give it your all.
Do you have a specific yell? Is it a grunt? What do you use?
Beginners tend to use the word hiya or kia or anything like that.
Hiya. I like hiya.
I don't even know what I do anymore because it comes out. So whatever you want to try.
Now I'm just stalling because I'm getting nervous.
You're going to do great. You're going to do great.
Woo. Okay. All right, I'm in the right position here.
Yep. All the way up, all the way down strong.
Okay, so I come up here
Yep.
and down through.
Yep, all the way through it.
Okay, gotcha. Hit the ground.
Hit the ground.
Woo! Okay, here we go.
Oh, very nice.
There was an adrenaline rush.
See that
Thanks.
natural high? It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it was. That was
Excellent.
awesome, man.
Good.
Now, I'm okay. I mean,
Yep.
looks like it's a little red there, maybe, but
You'll be fine,
it doesn't hurt. All right, you went through 10. How's your hand doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I have a lot of conditioning over the years and stuff. So for the most part, as long as I'm careful with what I do, I usually, knock on wood, don't hurt myself.
Yeah. So how do you build up that strength?
A lot of conditioning, body conditioning. We take different types of materials that are hard but not super hard.
Right.
Telephone book, hard pads.
Yeah.
The block I tend not to use. I put like a pad on the block and I'm just hitting it. I'm not hitting it hard. I don't want to hurt myself, but I want to kind of shock my body. There's this thing called Wolf's Law. Wolf's Law says that when you put trauma on your body, it's going to make it heal back stronger. It's going to make your body stronger.
Yeah.
So like the same way a weld is stronger than metal, I'm making little microfractures in my bones.
Really?
So when they heal, that healing and that calcium is making it stronger. Matter of fact, on my breaking arm here, if I use for concrete, I have a lump you can almost kind of see there of bone built up that makes my arm stronger and protects me.
Do I have a future in this?
If you want it, you can have it. Anybody can do it.
All right. Adam Grogin, a world champion, and good luck in Indiana going after that world record. Let us know how you do.
I'm going to go after it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, coming up, it wasn't a 300-pound cowboy who interrupted Houston Texans practice. It was Vince Wilfork wearing only overalls, boots, and nothing else. That's next on The Edge.